Oh, hey folks, how you doing there? Coming to you of all things, Monday. The voice is kind of working, the chest is kind of working, and I'm coming along. I'm still not sounding 100%, but I'm sounding and feeling a whole hell of a lot better than I did. And it brings us back to the Monday morning sit trip of today, being Monday, August 22nd. And the sit trip is, or a situation report of those people who don't know the nomenclature for the service, sit trip, where you're basically doing a situation report. You're giving a standing of how things are progressing. You're telling the higher ups, if you're getting your butt kicked completely, or if you actually start to actually make some progress in combat, or if things are completely foobar. Now, casual observations I've made over the last couple of days. Number one, big black dude. Big black dude. This guy. That's right. That guy right there. Big black dude is, well, he's gone. Where is Big Black Dude? Big Black Dude is not on Hillary's skirt tails any longer, and he's nowhere to be seen. No, he was the guy that was walking around going, hey, it's okay, you can keep talking. Pushing away the Secret Service guys. Now, let me tell you something from my personal way of just looking at things. You do not push Secret Service away from the protected individual unless they tell you distinctly, Secret Service guys, this is a very important person. They are absolutely to be around the person that you're in the protecting thereof. You do not interfere with their interactions whatsoever. He could tell you what to do. Now, the Secret Service really doesn't like to have a civilian basically telling them to do anything, with the exception of the commander-in-chief or the vice president. And even then, they're going to say, well, sir, here's the situation. We're going to make accommodations, but we're still going to protect you. If something gets sketchy, this guy's going to get bounced. Now, for this guy to actually walk up, put hands on Hillary on this, the lectern and all the rest of that stuff, he is inner circle. So, big black guy, of whom nobody knows who he is inner circle, major cadre member, and is probably a specialist in EMT or a nurse, or actually somebody is like, a true hands-on type of doctor. Now, looking at the guy, he looks like a nurse, okay? He does not look like a doctor. First off, he's this big football-looking guy where, obviously, you look at most nurses, they're either come in two distinct forms. Either it's the small, slight, fairly, cute or very cute kind of variety of nurse who's like one of the higher-ups and actually is the hands-on, usually tends towards being like physician's assistant, so like they can actually prescribe meds, but there is like a couple steps in between. Big black guy is very much like the other style of nurse, also known as the hands-on male nurse that goes, okay, patient needs to be moved, and they're the guys that's relied upon to actually flip the person on their back, move them around, do all the scut work. Yeah, like the crappy stuff, but they are still trained up nurses. And don't let anybody ever tell you anything about nurses that's fake. Nurses work their asses off, okay? I know a few nurses, and they are not lightweights. They are usually a fairly distinct measure of personality. One, they are very strong personality people. Number two, they're very much like cops or military. You can do or say anything to them whatsoever, they can hack it, man. They do not care. They are strong personalities, and if you jack with them, it will be to your complete and total utter doom. Do not mess with nurses. They will F you up. And number three, they are knowledgeable and they are credited to do that task in which they are associated. Now, if you have an incompetent nurse, you find yourself another nurse, okay? That's just somebody who's probably just not doing the job good, and you do not rely upon that person. But of those three various character traits that I just fleshed out before you, those are the people that are the predominant majority of nurses I've ever dealt with. I forgot number four. They're also exceedingly professional. So, this big black guy that's hovering over Hillary and telling her all these things that she has to do, and, everything's going to be okay, and comforting her and getting her redirected back into the task, he's now MIA. Well, who is also MIA or missing in action? Hillary. That's right. Hillary has got a bunch of things where she was intended to be doing like some, glad handing thing or some campaigning or something like that. And on her schedule, cleaned off completely, except for one minor thing, which is mostly just fundraising at this point. Now, case in point, why is she now basically persona just invisible? Why did she suddenly disappear? Well, very simply put, her health is taking a tailspin. Anybody, any Joe, Dick, Harry, Thomas, Fedorov, call it by name for whomever it is that makes a casual observation. She's not doing good, okay? She's circling the drain. She's not doing well at all. Now, also, you will notice First off, Donald Trump was this, that, and the other thing. His numbers are way this, that, and the other thing. And in the last couple days, it's been my casual observation. Yet again, they're saying, oh no, he slipped so far. He can't win. Hillary is kicking his ass. The Libertarian numbers are so much higher. The Green Party numbers are so much higher. All these numbers are so much higher. Let me ask you a stupid effing question. If this guy was kicking ass so amazingly, like 2 weeks ago, and all of a sudden he's fallen by the wayside after going down to a bad area that shamed Obama into going down to Louisiana because Trump acted presidential first. Now, if he's doing these things and he's making people go, you know what, that's good stuff. Oh, the story's being released now. Oh, his company is $650 million in debt. They are doing hatchet jobs on him. They're doing as much stuff as they possibly can throw at him at this point in time because they see the writing on the wall. The writing on the wall is Hillary is not doing well. Trump is either standing, not idle, but he's doing good, and he's actually increasing his inroads to other people. When he goes down and he talks specifically to other groups other than your standard white guys, he's not just simply saying, hey, I'm just reaching out to the white guy vote. He's saying, I know all people's lives right now are not good. I know that this area is not good. As a matter of fact, they actually had a former Louisiana governor who was a Democrat saying, yeah, it really did a lot of good, assistance and good work here and brought like our peril and our status as suck to people's forefront, and they're actually not able to ignore it any longer. So this standing current Louisiana governor had to get snarky. And he's like, oh, well, he shouldn't have come down here. And they're like, CNN even did this. They're like, well, the previous governor said it was actually good he came down and brought attention to you guys. Well, yeah, he should have done that. But, it's that and the other thing. And I don't really like the fact he came down. So basically, this guy had this brown mist coming out of his mouth. And that was the BS that he was spewing because he got to be looking like a complete and total asshole. In other words, when you have a situation like this taking place, you accept assistance from anybody that's helping you out of your plight. Trump even brought down a semi-truck, a semi-truck of stuff. He donated $100,000 to their cause. He is doing things by himself before the government even steps in, or when the government's trying to step in. You're talking to anybody that works in any kind of place like that where just everything goes to complete total hell. Any assistance is good because you have so many things blowing up all around you. Your infrastructure's foobar. You are trying to put out forest fires using an eyedropper. It's not going to be the easiest thing. If you got a bazillion eyedroppers, you got a bunch more assistance. Now, Trump actually stepped up and he actually shamed Obama into going down to Louisiana and doing the presidential thing. And Trump did this before he was even president. Now, the reason why that George W. Bush got shamed into going down to Louisiana is because the liberals are like, look at this horrible thing taking place here. You horrible Republican. You didn't go down and try to fix the problem. Well, notice the only reason why Obama went down is because Trump went down and shamed him into it. Yeah, call it for what it is. Obama, you are now playing catch up and your last 80 some odd days or so is not looking good. Just remember, folks, January 20th, 2017, his ass is out. No matter who goes into the White House, his ass is out. I'm counting the days. Obama, you've continued to be sucky. Your second term has been sucky. Your legacy is going to be nothing but the first black president. You sucked. That is going to be your legacy. You sucked. All right, folks, I'm going to break off on this one. If nothing else, I see this jumping on with everything these guys can throw at Trump right now. It's a complete and total desperation move in an attempt to distract from all the stuff that's going on with Hillary right now and all her health woes and all the rest of this stuff. Also notice Big Black is nowhere to be seen. All the rest of this stuff is coming down by the wayside, and Trump is still Trump. But he's making inroads to people that they haven't really counted on. And when you have people like, of all people, like Ice Cube. I mean, Ice Cube is like, yeah, I'm going to vote for Trump. When you have rappers from L.A. saying they're going to vote for Trump, man, that's kind of the writing on the wall, man. You got a bunch of black guys saying, you know what? He's not so bad. I think I kind of like him. I'm going to vote for him. Versus a very, very strident Democrat who is the old dog Democrat, very dyed in the wool, not switching up, going to be completely doing the same things as Obama done for his previous 2 terms and making a third term of Obama, which is Hillary pretty much promising what she's going to do, these guys are rejecting her. It's good stuff. I'm going to break up on this one, folks. Eat good, keep centering as always. And you know it, you love it. But remember, Democrats did segregation, Jim Crow, all the rest of this horrible stuff with welfare, enslaving the black race. Blacks are getting tired of being the just counted on vote because they are fed money and kept in the ghettos. They're tired of it. They want to be able to be good Americans and do things on their own and get drug out of the worst of the worst. They're tired of it, folks. I'm going to break up this one. See you guys.